Glad to have Sean Salisbury with us, as he is every week here on Tuesdays, talk a little ball. Always appreciate you, man. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Matt?
Well, we've been on sort of nonstop Kiffin watch. You and I talked about it last week. You shared some of your personal sentiments about Lane, knowing him from the time he was at when Monty, his dad, was on staff with the Vikings, and you knowing Lane as a young guy. As this moves along, Sean, do you have a strong feeling about how this might play out, or just how it is playing out that seems to be causing so much? It's been a lightning rod topic across college football.
It has. He's the hottest guy. It didn't sound right. The hottest coaching commodity.
Hey, look, that hot yoga.
Hey,
I can acknowledge.
Hey,
it's a good looking man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, first, Matt, let me tell you how I feel about the overall part.
Yeah.
The NC, we need to do what NFL baseball free agency do. I wouldn't at any program. Everybody has to finish playing before you can hire a coach. Then we don't have this issue. We don't have to worry about what's going on. Well, they get a head start. Well, why should you get a head start if you don't get a head start in NFL free agency, and basically in college football and college sports now, we're pros. You don't get a head start. There's open a window. When the window opens, it closes. Do it in the NFL. I can't stand in the NFL when they let them interview and guys are getting coordinators or hiring jobs, and you're still you got a job to do. Remember, this is everybody's dream job. Oh, I'm right where I want to be until bigger money or something comes along. I'm not talking about Lane. I'm talking about anybody.
Right.
You want to end it? It's very simple. Just do it after the season's over. Open it up like you do everything at midnight on January 20th. That's when it opens up. Well, we're behind. Well, get in line. Everybody's got a fair shake now. Move spring practice back or whatever you're going to do. I cannot stand it. It's a problem because it does this. Hottest coaching commodity in the league right now. In college football, a lot of interest. He's been great. And imagine if he had 3 rings on his finger. What would he be doing? He'd make what, $150 million? And I love Lane. I do. I'm a big fan. But I'm speaking of any coach. My overall thought is I don't know, Matt, where he's going. Sometimes we'll get a feel for it. I almost feel like we're being primed that he is going to leave. That the discussion becomes, is he going to coach it out? But there's also the part of me like, is it going to be treated like LeBron or like KD in basketball? I'm not saying they're not great because they are, but there's always a but at the end of it. But they chased a championship. But they tasted and chased this, and they got it when they went somewhere else. Michael didn't do it, neither did Steph. So we get that comparison. So will Lane get to the point where always looking over the shoulder at somebody else? I hope not, because he's really good and he's matured over the years and he's spectacular calling plays, and players responded. He gets buy-in. But I don't know. There's this part of me that I almost feel like Florida now is not being talked about at all, that it's LSU or Ole Miss yet. I think 3 weeks ago, a lot of people would have said, well, it's Florida, ties there. The rest, I think he met his wife down there, whatever. That seems like the place. So maybe I'm reading it wrong. I really don't know. I'd love to speculate on where he's going. Hard to turn down $100 million. If I'm Ole Miss and I love him, I'd match it. I'd match it and say, okay, if it's not about the money, why are you going to Ole Miss? To LSU. Why are you going to Florida? Do you think it's a better place to live? Do you think because the recruits and the history of the program? Lane has now put it on the map that right now Ole Miss is a better program than LSU. Their current team is better than LSU and Florida. But the question is going forward, legacy and history of a program, blue blood, what do you want to do there? So all these things again. So I don't know where he's going, but I can tell you this, that I never if I was the athletic director and you hire him at LSU, I am not he's not coaching my team through the playoff.
Absolutely.
Unless the players decide that I would let the players vote, not the president, not the AD. I would do the old fashioned way. Majority wins, man. We're going to do this because some of those players are going to leave, as well as assistant coaches. They're going to leave if he goes to LSU, he's going to take them with him, and they are going to go. And so you say you're focused on the job winning a championship. You cannot be focused at Ole Miss one day or any place, whether it was James Franklin at Penn State, if you left, but he got fired, but focused on one job. And then all of a sudden on a Monday, tell me I'm all in at Ole Miss, recruiting guys, this is the place to be. Then on Tuesday, while you're preparing for a championship, you're still recruiting the very guys at Ole Miss you're going to recruit at LSU. So that's peeing in my face and telling me it's raining. You just can't do that if you want the credibility. It happens all the time. You just can't. If I'm the AD, I say absolutely not. The assistant coaches will take care of it. Who he's going to pluck some of them too, but some of them may think they're going to get the job if Lane leaves. So I wouldn't let him do it, but I would let the coaches, the players in that building vote on should he be here, because you can't you can't tell me you're all in at one and be all in at the other. You're not, because while you're thinking about Ole Miss, guess what you're doing for a month? Preparing for LSU. You got to recruit. You got to get your guys ready to go. And if you're all in on LSU, you're not doing what you promised you'd do as a coach. Serve the kid properly. Be there for the university and the kids. So if he takes the job, you cannot. I personally, as close as I, and as much as I love him, I would not allow him to coach unless, of course, it was overwhelming that the players wanted him to. I cannot stand that we're going through this. The kids are getting cheated. LSU or Florida are going to end up getting cheated because they're held hostage. Ole Miss is getting cheated because you don't know, even if he delays it and he's coming back, just that sense of vulnerability. And I know we're going to get it after the Egg Bowl. What if they get beat? What if they get beat in that game?
Yeah.
So I just, to me, it just, if you're, quit telling everybody, I'm not saying Lane, any of it, it's my dream job. No, it's your dream job at the moment because the other one paid you more. You got a better chance to win. So does he want to do it what Dabo did? Go build a program and not leave it? And right now, a couple national championships? Or does he want to go and think that he's got a better chance to win a national title at Florida or at LSU? You're probably going to get better recruits, but the same guys he's recruiting. You can't serve them both. You just can't, one or the other, and you got to move on. For him, I'm getting his bag. Do whatever you got to do, whatever's best for him. As an LSU, I'd love him to go. But as an Ole Miss, the way they've come back, I kind of like see a guy see it through and go see if he can win a national title there. Then the legacy grows even more than if he does it at a place that you're expected to win a title. He was never expected to win a national championship at Ole Miss, and you and I both know it.
Yeah. I think his thing is Shawnee doesn't think he can. You can make a play.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. So that's probably going to be the reason he leaves.
Yeah.
But you can't do both in the month of December to get ready for this playoff. You just can't.
You're right. And look, we talked about it here. It was made abundantly clear to me through people within that athletic department 2 weeks ago. There was no shot they were letting him coach the playoff if he's leaving.
Right.
So you're right.
And nor would I.
We'll get right back to the video, but thrilled to welcome Our Lady of the Lake to AFR LSU. As the championship health partner of LSU athletics, the physicians at Our Lady of the Lake serve the champions on the field in the purple and gold, but that same level of care is available to you and your family. I've been a proud supporter of Our Lady of the Lake my entire life, from volunteering at the Ronald McDonald Playroom as a high schooler to helping so many of the fundraising efforts for the standalone Children's Hospital, to my own son being a patient now at that very Children's Hospital, and my primary care physician, Dr. Kurt Chastain, at Our Lady of the Lake Men's Health Group. Our Lady of the Lake has been a part of my medical journey my entire life, and you can learn more as well. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we roar. The one follow-up I have, and we'll break, talk some NFL, but the one follow-up I have is interesting because we talk about the calendar. So I'm curious how, because the way to fix it, Sean, the irony is they moved the December signing period up and the one portal window to try to eliminate some of these roster issues so that you would have your roster set earlier. But what's happened is exactly what you're describing is coaches are getting fired and rehired. So it's starting the coaching carousel earlier because they have to. So Nick Saban mentioned matching the academic calendar to the athletic calendar. Do you think it would be doable to say, hypothetically, you start the football season earlier so playoff is done by the end of fall semester? So you're done by the time the spring semester starts in mid-January, January 12th or whatever it may be. You're completely done with everything by then. The season is over. Your national champion has been crowned. Is that doable with an expanded playoff?
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, so when are we going to start it? August 1st?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. Wait, August 10th? I don't. At what point in time do these guys get to enjoy a summer where, I mean, hell, when I was going, we didn't start till after Labor Day. Now they're starting high schools. They're starting August 5th, August 4th. That's a hell of a point. I get Saban where he says it's a college football Lane Kiffin problem. I don't know how you'd work the calendar. I know this. You could start it earlier. January 12th isn't that bad. But if we're going to continue to expand and go, when are we starting the playoff? Thanksgiving weekend? I don't know.
Yeah,
and then you're starting to delve into what? Yeah, you're starting to delve into what, Matty? The tradition, bowl games, that January 1st. I mean, I know it's changed, but there's still this little bit of Okay. But I don't mind whether they change it to calendar to match academic year, the rest of it, kids go and they come back, some schools the 21st. And I get where Nick's going with this. I don't know how soon they'd have to start it, or how the schedule works and games and the rest of it, and how you'd treat post-Thanksgiving in December and the rest of it. But I'd prefer that. However, we can work that out because it makes sense. Hell, I could name Nick commissioner of the NC2A, and we'd probably make some full head steam because he's real logical and common sense, but which we don't have much of these days. I don't know how you'd work it. I'd have to look at it. It does make sense, but I do know this. I cannot stand, and I don't know why. I know why, but there's still part of me. If the coaches are going to be coming and going like we just said, and players are coming and going as they said, why do we have an early recruiting season? I mean, when I was signing, you know what you did? You committed, and February 8th was signing day. It was like a Tuesday in February. But I get it, but it's kind of a rhetorical question. It's just we're doing this, and we're moving chess pieces around, but I feel like we're on a treadmill. What have we accomplished by moving up the signing period when all these coaches are when stuff like right now is about to happen? We got guys jumping to Oklahoma State, and he's going to coach the bowl game, Coach Morris is. And I mean, you start to look around. I get it, but has it solved any problem? I don't think it has.
Yeah. World keeps spinning, man. They got a lot of issues. I agree with you on Saban, man. If he ever wanted the gig, I think he could make a lot of headway.
Tomorrow, and urgent.
Yeah.
He'd make headway in a hurry with some common sense. Like I said, I don't know. Sitting here on the run, just my mind's raced with a lot of it. But we always talk about, health for the kids or the players and pros. And that's why all these penalties and referees are watched closer. And we always talk about the what's best for the kid. Well, in truth, are we doing what's best for the kid, not only with all the rules we got for the kid, but with the coaches? Is Ole Miss, LSU, and Florida in the best situation right now? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.